The bird's talking to me. Hey, you guys. Welcome in to Divine Golden Master, where we master being divine at this 3D reality. All right. I hope you guys are doing blessed, highly favored, and amazing. We're going to go ahead and tap into this energy, y'all. We have a new moon in Taurus. All right. And for my master manifestors, for my manifestors, period, this is our time. All right. For my people who know that things are not happening to us, they're happening for us. This is our time. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my notes up. We're going to go ahead and dive into this energy and touch on a few things so that you can get a understanding of and be able to, not just an understanding, but be able to incorporate this energy these next couple days. Okay, so we have entered I think it's with the post shadow period, which is feeling the energy. I think that was yesterday we entered into that period. And then I believe the pre-shadow, because the actual new moon is going to be April 27th. Okay, new moon in Taurus. All right, we know Taurus is ruled by Venus. We're going to get into that. All right, but new moon in Taurus, April 27th. All right. And we know that 2 and 7, April 27th, I was born on the 27th. That's one of my numbers. So I work with that number often. Also, 2 and 7 equals 9, which is 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, fulfillment within self. Okay. So this is a really good time for us to harness that energy as well. It will be peaking at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. And, the post period ends April 30th. All right. So this energy is going to be up in the air for a while. We also have, going on at the same time, Uranus is also in Taurus. Okay, for this new moon. We're going to talk about that. And we have our Mars. We know Mars entered into Leo. Y'all know I said I was so glad for Mars to get up out that Mars in Cancer. I was tired of being in my feelings. Okay, I was tired of being in my feelings. All right. But that Mars energy brought a lot of healing when it was in Cancer. All right. That we really needed as a collective. So I really am appreciative for Mars giving us that medicine. All right. We ate that up. I know I did. Did you? Okay. We also will touch on Pluto. Okay, so this is going to be the one, right? Pluto is in Aquarius. Okay? And we're going to touch on that because that's going to play a big role in this. And it probably will bring a lot of understanding to a lot of you guys. Because, like, a lot of people, like me, myself, and I, too, is, like, trying to figure out why is there so much opposition. Right? Like it's a lot of opposition going on. Okay, but that Pluto energy, we're going to talk about that because Pluto being coupled up with Aquarius like that, being in Aquarius like that, it puts an energy that is uncomfortable but needed, right? This is something that we've talked about multiple times on this channel as well, right? That energy of chaos bringing balance. All right, so let's just tap in really quick. So we know Taurus energy is ruled by Venus. All right. Venus rules over your affections. And I want you guys to remember we spoke about in the first part of this video, manifesting. All right. So think about as I read these things to you and allow you to come into the world of astrology and understand the world of magic, right? Because a lot of people don't realize that, yes, you can do things whenever you feel like it, but the greatest magicians and the greatest occultists work with time frame, right? Because we know time is not real, which is why we should harness it. And, I make time expand for me. You know what I'm saying? So let's tap in. Venus rules your affections, your heart, love life, and your pleasures, including gifts. This feminine planet also rules beauty, fashion, adornment, and art. All right, so that's already telling you about some of the stuff that you can manifest, okay? The planet of grace makes the world more attractive and fun. All right, so and Taurus, when I think about Taurus, I think about luxury. I think about fine dining. I think about, I literally think about Sweetie's video, Richtivities. All right, so watch Sweetie's video, Richtivities, to tap into this energy, because that is very much giving of that. Okay. Also, Sweetie's a Taurus. I mean, she's a Cancer, but she gives heavy Taurus energy, that luxurious type of energy. Okay, I wonder where her Taurus is in her chart. I never looked it up. Okay, but I'm gonna leave a link down below for you guys as well. And the link that I'm gonna leave down below, you're gonna be able to basically read up on the Venus energy a little bit deeper. I'm gonna have a couple links down below for you guys to be able to I'm probably gonna put your planetary hour link, a couple different things to help y'all tap into the energy, and tools to help you to harness it, right, in the most lucrative and most benefiting way. Okay, now we're gonna get into the energy. So this energy is like the Taurus, like a lot of people could have felt this waves, like I said, starting yesterday, where it's like this excitedness, but relaxed at the same time, and calmness. Yesterday, we entered into the energy, and you could have started feeling like this sense of security out of nowhere, or this sense of courage out of nowhere, right? And we know new moons are for setting intentions. All right, so we having a new moon in Taurus. We know new moon is about setting intentions. This is the time to manifest. If you're going to manifest anytime, I always say this every year. Like, I even work with the full moon, but with the new moon specifically, is that a spider right there? Look, we got to do our collective message for the days. But yeah, Taurus energy, manifest that money, okay? Manifest that abundance. Manifest, like we said, those pleasures. All right, that security, that stability. Also, with this energy, we can manifest knowing who we are. If you know a Taurus, especially a masculine that's a Taurus, they definitely know who they are, okay? Sometimes too much, right? So we know on the other octave of that, we want to make sure that we're not wearing any masks, that we're, you know, saying we're this or we're saying we're that, and are we even really living up to that? You know, you can use that as a journal prompt too for yourself. Like, am I, I heard Eminem, the question could be, am I who I say I am, right? Or am I who I think I am, right? And then also affirm that. And we're going to get into that later though. So yeah, so new moons, we know about setting intentions. And with this one, it's all about groundedness, right? And it's all about that Ori, right? It's going to give you the clarity and remove the fog of, like, a lot of us could have been wanting to do certain type of pleasures and things like that maybe necessarily wasn't good for us, or whatever case may be. With Taurus energy has that mindset to think like, okay, what do I need, right? Because it's that focus on making sure that self is good, right? Seeking stability, feeling calm, and feeling connected as well to the divine. At this time, you can also feel very connected to the divine and universal energies around you, which is why it's also another time to manifest. Because we know what Taurus is, what, an earth sign, okay? Elemental energy, like I told y'all, the gnomes, things like that. That's where we get our material prosperity from, right? So maybe even spending more time out in nature at this time, or working with different elements. Now you could also be seeking stability at this time, and it's a good time to manifest that as well. Where are we at? Knowing who you are, we spoke about that. And knowing who you are without validation. I like that. Like, that's something that really is resonating in my spirit too. Knowing who you are without that extra validation, right? You validate yourself. You know who you are. Period. All right. And I want you guys to ask yourself, are you a master manifester, or are you just a manifester, or are you none of that and you want to be, right? And we're going to talk about the difference between the two as well. I may do a video about it, but let's keep going. This is also about getting what you deserve and seeing your worth. So at this time too, a lot of us are realizing that we could have been in situations, and when we get into that Pluto energy, the Pluto energy is what takes this a little bit more deeper, right? Because the Pluto energy is about generational power, generational rebirth, society power, right? Generational norms, generational taboo. At this time, it's like tapping into doing the thing that's more so unorthodox, or doing that Aquarius energy, you know, is like doing what is not necessarily accepted, right? Unapologetically, right? But letting it be who you really are. Okay. Where we at? Now, at the same time, we know Uranus is also in Taurus, right? Because Uranus is ruling Aquarius energy. And with the new moon and the sun in Taurus, it's bringing this innovative Venusian creator. And like, we know Libra is also ruled by Venus as well. And I love Venus energy. It's just that ease. Like I said, on the video on YouTube, I will have a link where you could check out like the breakdown, so you can tap into fully explain Venus energy, how you can harness that. But that Venusian energy is like creating with ease, right? Rest is wealthy, right? That type of energy. Okay, I don't chase, I attract type of energy. All right, so with Mars being in Leo, Mars is all about how do we express ourselves, right? Through our actions. All right, so we went from Mars being in Cancer, right? How do we express ourselves? Through our emotions, or with our mothers, or with our children, right? With our family. That was significant because we know the moon rules over Cancer, all right, which rules over those type of domains. But now we're in this Leo energy, where it's more so, it's not necessarily selfish, right, per se, but it's more so of like a self-inner focus first. Oh, little white butterfly. And Mars is asking us, how do you express yourself through your actions? Leo is very dominant and assertive, though, so you want to make sure that you cool this energy down, right? This is why the Venus energy is necessary here, to cool it down, because that could be a little bit, so that may be a balance and a challenge for some of you guys coming up at this time. Even when it was coming up in the readings, like people are trying to trigger people, pull people out their energy. Don't be triggered at this time. This is the time to y'all know that meme with Aaliyah when the girl's throwing all that stuff at the window and banging on the window, and she's just in the car like, this is that energy, unbothered. Like, unbothered is not even the word. Like, you don't even exist. That's how we need to be, because like, and what I tell people, and we're going to get into this at the end, like I said, between the difference between somebody who manifests and somebody who's a master manifester. If y'all remember the other day when I was talking about glamour magic, right? How I put certain molds on my face to do certain sigils, or, you know, like I may do a triangle to harness the energy a certain direction, northwest, east. Everything is intentional. Okay? Master manifestors, even down to my rings, the things that I wear, citrine attracting my money, right? Like, everything is intentional. Even the jade, intentional. That's Taurus energy. We're going to get into some more crystals and stuff. But that's the difference. When it comes to a regular manifestor, where they're like, oh, I hope it works. It may work. It may not. Da, da, da. Or a master manifestor, where it's like, I've manifested this. I've meant like this. At that point, it's like I've manifested my whole entire reality. Everything is intentional, down to the food. And we're going to get into that too, because I will be dropping some cooking alchemy courses very soon. I'm excited about that. But it's very important too for us to pay attention to the energy of like, everything correlates with everything, right? Like, for every color there's a planet, for every food there's a planet, and there's an energy, an element ruling over it, things like that. Paying attention to, because like a lot of times we don't realize that, like, you know, as above so below. If you're eating certain foods all the time, and then you're wondering why you're angry, but you're constantly eating foods maybe ruled by Mars, or you're constantly eating that pig that's ruled by Pluto and Mars, and like you constantly wondering why you having certain energies, sometimes it could be due to your diet, right? Like, this is that energy where it's like, take that time to reflect and sit with yourself. Be intentional at this time on taking time to reflect. Be intentional on taking time to be, right? Where we at? All right, so we know that. So with that Mars and Leo, be careful of that masculine trying to over dominate outside of you. Like, be careful of that coming out of you at that time. Harness it into like a ritual or something, or some type of journal prompting or writing or whatever. Harness that energy into something. Don't let it be. I haven't seen the movie Sinners yet, but I keep watching all the spoilers. So it's like, don't let it be vampirized. Like, and y'all know what I mean. Like, now that we have this movie out, everybody should have a better understanding of vampirism and what that is and what it really is, you know, on a spiritual level. But yeah. So we spoke about Leo, so be careful with that, right? You can even put your name if you feel like your energy is getting like really triggered, it's getting hot, it's getting like you want to go off on somebody, write your name on a piece of paper, your birthday, and pour some ice over it. Okay, pour some salt and some ice and cleanse that. Okay, a lot of times we don't realize, like, the visual of the magic is, like, you know, is that simple sometimes. Okay, and it's literally because you're taking your energy, putting it somewhere else, and it's like a distraction. Just like when we light our candles and things like that, it's not that the candle that's working, it's more so of, this is reminding my subconscious mind what I'm manifesting so it can manifest, right? So yeah. And then where we at? And Pluto is in Aquarius, which Pluto, like we said, is ruling over that society, right? We see this in a major scale though. Like Trump, I don't know what the fuck this nigga is doing, like, but all I know is cut the stimmy, cut the check. That's all I know. But anyway. But like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't even have time to pay attention because it just gives energy harvest. It's just like, the dramatics, like, at a certain point, it gets to a point. Like, it gets to a point, and it just gets to a point where I'm like, yeah, see, I was already not fucking with the government, but now, like, let's just create the new world order. Like, fuck all that shit they talking about. We just need to come together because fuck what they talking about. Fuck what they talking about. But anyway, so we see that popping up in society. We see that. Now, on a mass scale, like, say if everybody was to light a candle, like, they gonna flag my fucking video. Let me not say that. But if we all came together with a synergy against the forces that be, what we would manifest. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so that's why I gotta get back on my Patreon, because we gotta have, like, secret videos that people, that's not open for everybody public, because I ain't got time for people trying to come for me and attack me and do type of crazy shit. But anyway, so this Pluto energy is a direct challenge to us asserting our self-expression, and I swear to God, I feel this energy so heavy. It's like but it's been like, for me, it's been low-key like a snowball effect, because it's like I'm very much a laid back person. I have a Libra stellium. Like, I'm laid back. I'm very Venusian, chill, you know, like, and I'm intuitive, so I be in tune to how people be feeling. Like, I just be chilling. But lately, like, Spirit been like, no, nigga, motherfuckers need to fuck around and find out, and you need to check their ass. And I've been having to check people, put them in their place, and I'm like, this is not even my energy, but it's like this energy of, like, that goddess arising, like, we're not just taking that. I heard free my girls from the bare minimum, period. Okay? Hello. And stop complaining about the gift that they have, right? And for everybody on YouTube watching the replay, or they said, or feminine, use their menstrual the right way. Hello, our real power. And it was so interesting. I haven't seen the movie Sinners yet, but I was watching Shira 7, Shira Star Goddess, talk about talking about the movie. And she was saying how at the end he went to be with his wife and child, right? And it's like, they want us to think that this heaven is, you know, with this Jesus, when really it's like, no, that was stolen from a goddess story. And it's like, it's that Isis and Osiris theme again. It's like, that's where the real power is too, in those bonds. But that's why they've broken those melanated homes down with drugs, music, but we're not going there today. But think about those aspects, and even think about how, like, Like, and it just gets to a point, even with music nowadays, it's just like, okay, like, how much bullshit are we gonna keep, like, come on. Like, they keep pimping them for dollars and we keep buying it. Like, how much bullshit we gonna listen to? Like, at this point, I don't want to hear shit, but I be listening to my heart and soul. Like, I don't want to hear nothing. I'm listening to the old school station, because at this point, like, bro. Yes. Alright, see, look, like, I be getting off track, and I'm trying to keep my videos to a certain time, but y'all know how I be. Like, I just be talking. Alright. So yes, the challenge is doing it in a way that challenges societal norms and taboos, and you have to be very unapologetic about it. All right. And that's gonna put you in alignment with this energy. And I can use myself for example. For me, it's like my family is super Christian, and they trying to impose this stuff on me again and like dominate me, and it's just like, no, y'all motherfuckers will fuck around and find out. Like, but it's also the energy of like, I'm not responding to your text. I don't have the energy. I'm not, like that energy, just being who you are and not worried about those patriarchal I'm not even giving you the energy of a reaction anymore, because it's like, I'm unbothered. I'm over here, Taurus, sipping my pink Moscato, eating my grapes and chocolate covered strawberries. Okay. At my tea room. All right. That's the Venusian energy is what it's giving. Okay. I'm telling y'all what it's giving, and I'm putting y'all down. Don't let them pull you into that masculine energy. Stay in that Venusian energy, because it's like, especially for my feminines, you're always gonna win falling back into your feminine energy. Like, and people be mad. You have to be quiet. I'm like, I need to be quiet. I get distracted. Because I got ADHD just a little bit, and it just be like, as soon as I talk about something else, I'll be like, sure. I'm like, let me just focus. Hold on, y'all, my baby. Yes, baby. Yes. You good? All right, baby. You good. You can stay right there. Okay. All right, so, where we at? Now, Roman wanted to interrupt. No. Exactly. So, everything that society is telling you probably not to do is what's going to bring a manifestation, so you must tap in. Now, I got to go off track for a second with this, too, because it was so crazy. Because do y'all remember that reading I did? Like, maybe it was a couple months ago. Way before I never knew nothing about sinners and none of that shit. Like, this is how I know I'm so tapped in, like, and I'm so grateful for that. Like, I'm so grateful for that. Never boasting, never egotistical about none of that. But I'm so grateful for it. Because I was watching, and this was like, too, like when I was going through some shit with my roommates, like November, December, and I think January, I started talking to y'all about it. But, right. But I was watching this guy, it was like I always watch like older videos. Like, I watch history in color. So they have videos of history and they put it in color, which is really cool. Y'all should check that out. But I watch it just to catch the vibe, see what was going on. Like, cause I'm a visual learner. I gotta see stuff. Like, I hear stuff, it don't stick. When I see it though, it's real, So I was checking out this guy, and he was an artist. I can't remember his name, but he was a blues artist. And I was talking to my mother about it or whatever, and the conversation really didn't go nowhere, because she was just like, oh yeah, everybody was into that, but we didn't, da-da-da. You know how it is, those people that was stuck on stupid. That's what we're gonna call it, because, like, I hate the word stupid, but, like, if you don't want to go research things for yourself and find out things for yourself, I don't care. You a society builder, you're a Bob the Builder or a Barbara the Builder. Like, you just a follower, period. So, I was looking into the blues, and I'm not gonna say I don't like history, but when I was in school, I didn't give a fuck about no history. That was the one thing that was like, African American studies, I like that history, but the basic history, the bullshit, I was not into that. So, I didn't know the story about the blues and all that. Like, I didn't really know all that. And it just amazes me how I was guided to it. Like, looking into him, and he was just talking about, because I was telling y'all about it. I don't remember exactly when, but I remember the point. What I was telling y'all was the fact that at that time, going through so much oppression, that they still was able to kick it, play their blues music, have a good time. Like, and we sitting here with all these AI technology, all this other shit. We got planes, we could go here, we could travel, And we sitting here depressed because what? We got to work these jobs or what? Because we got to pay these bills? Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I think I'm going to live my best life. Okay. So I said all that to say, bringing it back to Sinners, even though I haven't seen it yet. They said at the end of the movie, it talks about how colonizers gave that religion. So why is it that people was following that? The people that enslaved you gave you a religion. And even how they was giving them fake money and stuff, like they played on our name and they played on our top so heavy. And I need us to stop playing with ourselves. I need us to put more respect on our name, period. And we're not going to do that by fighting against for black rights or some shit like that. Like, no. We're going to do that by being a melanated being, stepping into our God power, right? Our true and real power that has nothing to do with physical matters. Our real power has nothing to do with this physical realm. But they distract us with this physical realm. And we stay distracted and caught up in it. And on these phones. And we stay distracted. But that's not where our real power lies. Our real power lies. Oh, a red bird. Come just did a circle around me. Well, in front of the car. But yeah. We stay distracted with all this other stuff. Why? Because, oh my God, if they wasn't distracting us with that, we probably would figure out red bird living on a blue car. But if we wasn't distracted with these phones and all this other stress, and one thing I noticed too, y'all, and I was supposed to talk to y'all about this and I never did. One thing I noticed too was around getting into that spring energy. We know spring energy is really like the new year. It's really like the rise of the goddess energy, which is why a lot of us have been feeling like more lively and things like that, wanting to come outside. They had so many of the chemtrails or whatever the shit be going through the air. I'm like, y'all niggas is crazy. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, if we really sit back and pay attention to this shit, it's like, damn, like, what are y'all doing? Like, what is that? Like, I'm not gonna get on my rant. It's supposed to be about the new moon. All right, let me focus. But I'm just saying, okay? Really know who you are not. And, really define who you were told to be so that you can fully understand your role and who you are, right? Really understanding, like, who was I told to be, right? Because a lot of our parents just raised us in the role that they was told to be, right? I remember my mama said, and I hate to always use myself as an example, but like, isn't that the best example? Knowledge itself is only real knowledge. And she would just say like, oh, well, like, even when I first went to college and I didn't finish, she was like, oh, well, I finished college because my parents told me and I did what they said and I am happy with that. Okay, well, doing what somebody say don't settle right in my spirit at all. I got to do what I feel. Like, but certain people have grown to, and this is another key tip right here, and think about this for yourself, because myself too, me too, right? Where have you blocked yourself off from your intuition, your natural intuition, as in, like, for example, like, you know how you just be guided to do something and you may get distracted or you may not even get it done, or you wake up at a certain time or you want to intuitively eat, things like that. Like, get back into that rhythm, because that's who you truly are. No matter what's going on around you and what is surrounding you, get back into your rhythm. But it's like, kids gotta be to school by this time, I gotta go to work, I gotta do this and that, I gotta pay this bill, I gotta have this done by this and that. You don't really, like, after so many years of that bullshit, you don't have time to think about what you feeling and what you just doing what you're told, because it's like you're trying to survive, right? Get out of the survival mode. This is why I said take time to slow down and do nothing. Okay? So yes, that's key. All right. Think about too, like, the things that you really resonate with. Like, for some of you guys, if you are into religion and things like that, dive deep into that religion, because I've dived deep into a lot of religions. Buddhism, Christianity, looked into the Catholic Church, looked into, like, I've done my research on that, like, real history, Gnosticism. Okay, look into those. If you believe in a man patriarchal religion, look into that belief. Or if you believe in something about yourself that's negative, I can see you in the camera. Yes. If you but if you are believing something that's negative about yourself, look into that. Like, where did that come from? Why are you believing that about yourself? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had to look at myself and ask myself certain things, like, why do I feel like I have to explain myself so much to people? Why do I feel like I have to over iterate certain things? And like, to a certain extent, I know truly it's because I've always felt misunderstood, and I have no problem explaining things, so I want people to understand where I'm coming from. But a lot of times, too much, Roman, get out the camera about that. But a lot of times, people get lost in that, right? They lose the message, or, you know. So that's something I've been working on too. But it's like, look at yourself like that. Take time to sit, reflect, and look at those things, right? Let's see what else. The actions that you need to take may be spiritual. Exactly. Like, a lot of times we think that our action that we need to take is so much outside. But like, for me, especially, and all of us at this time, sitting with self. Like, when is the last time you really sat with yourself, by yourself, in silence, in nature, no phone, no music? Like, that's another thing too. I've been guided to just go outside. Like, and I've been having issues with my phones and stuff. And like, spirit always do me like that. Yes, y'all cancers. I was just playing. I love my cancers so much. Like, what would we do without y'all? Like, y'all sweet spirits, like, for real. But like, I've been having issues with my phone and stuff. Like, so many crazy issues going on with my phone. And I feel like I know that spirit, like, cause I'm very focused, driven. When I'm doing what I'm doing, like, I'm focused. Like, I have tunnel vision. I have no problem with tunnel vision. I have to pull myself out of tunnel vision to make sure that I'm not missing nothing with nobody else, you know, around me. Like, hold on, wait, have I been too much in my own world? Like, have I been too much into me, you know? And do that. I have to take time to do that. But at this time too, it's like, okay, what inward beliefs do I have about money? You know, I was breaking down money, and I'm probably going to do a part 2 to this. It's going to be about the manifesting with this energy, but breaking down the elements of money. And I was watching somebody on YouTube as well that shared this, like, what element and what planet rules over what you want to manifest, and then just go for that planet and go for that element, and then take all its attributes, right? Like, eat the foods that's ruled by that planet, wear the colors that's ruled by that planet, speak affirmations that's ruled by that planet. Like, you know, like, really get in tune with the energy. And I'm big on that, because even like when I cook, I'm big on intentional cooking. Like, when I cook, red onion, certain thing, everything is like for a specific reason. I'm gonna go over a couple things too that y'all can use with that at the end. All right, this energy is also balancing out our desires and centering them in what it is, more so needs over flesh pleasing things. We spoke about that earlier, right? At this time, it's good to journal, because you're going to be really in tune with your Ori, and you're going to be able to understand what it is that you really need at this time, what it really is that you need, right? Because sometimes, and this is why too it's important, because I was watching this girl talk about her job, and it's like in the field of adult entertainment, and she was just talking about how being around certain energies make her feel like she has to change her body or do certain things, right? This is why it's important to get alone around this time, because certain influences around you, TV, people, places, food, different things, will bring certain energies. Okay, so we're going to talk about, especially with the food, right? Like I said in the beginning, a lot of us, we wonder why our vibration is low, but what are you eating? Are you eating foods that are lower vibrating? Or why are you so angry? Are you eating foods ruled by Mars, right? Like, even with tomatoes, like, tomatoes is ruled by Mars, and like, I always get my tomatoes, put them, like, I'll saute them a little bit to spice up the meal, you know, add a little extra. And then when I seen it was ruled by Mars, I'm like, oh, that's why I do that, because they add that little okay, period. And also, too, pay attention to, like, I'm going to give suggestions and you can do your own research. I'm also going to have a link for food with astrology in the description on YouTube. But also, pay attention to what you intuitively are guided to do first, right? What are you guided to do first? and then look at that, how that aligns. And that way you can also, you know, prescribe yourself and see, okay, if I'm aligning to this and this is what I'm more so going towards, but this is how I'm feeling, now I can give myself a prescription. Like, okay, I need to alter this in my diet because this is bringing about this energy. Or I need to eat less of this because this is bringing about this vibration, you know? For example, oh yeah, that's another thing too I was telling you guys about earlier. Like, I got into a dispute with somebody and earlier this week or a couple days ago, and like I could tell that it was nothing but an energy vampire wanting to trigger me, because like, who you talking to? Who you talking to, bitch? But I was like, instead of saying that, I said, you know what, I'm about to go home, I'm about to do this ritual I wanted to do to manifest some money. And I manifested that instead. Like, because it's like, how long are we going to be fucking puppet masters to people that want to just vampirize on us? Like, come on. Miss me with the bullshit. All right. And it eats people more alive too when you calm. Like, it really do. Like, they just, like, when you calm and you don't give a fuck, they really be, they insides just be like burning. Like, the demons in them just can't take it. So, also, too, environments. What environments are you in that really are not conducive to your mental health, your spiritual health, right? Like, or even, too, like, people, right? Like, I know certain friends, like, I have certain friends for certain things. I got my spiritual friends, and then I got my friends that I go out to the club with. Then I got my friends that we do this over here with the chemistry and weird, you know, I got my anime friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, I group my people separately because it brings what? Certain energy, right? And I play multiple roles. So a lot of you guys too may need to look at that energy in your life too, where it's like, do you need, and I'm very Virgo, so y'all already know, the Virgo gonna compartmentalize their life quick. Okay, we gotta have organization or I'm gonna be crazy. No. But yeah, so look at that. And also look at, like, you could look at, like, you know, your home life, things like that, but also look at, like, the area, right? Like, because, like I said, this is society as well. So look at, like, where I'm at right now, this park. This right here, I'm looking at right now, I know was a slave quarter or whatever. Like, a lot of this stuff right here was, like, around during slavery time. Like, that's the energy. That's the energy, right? So pay attention to those things. Like, and then, like, one of my friends / client, because at this point, like, she's my friend, she's my family at this point, no. But yesterday she was telling me how she saw this bush and she felt drawn to it. And I was telling her to look up the area too, and I was doing my little research on the area. And like, when you look into, and that's so crazy, on Sirius Radio, they playing Location by Khalid. Oh my God, what are we talking about? Areas. Yes, period. Yes, and my boyfriend, he has a Cancer moon, which is crazy. Like I did his chart years ago, and then when I came back, so I was like, I forgot you had a Cancer moon. Cause like, I'm not, you know, I ain't finna be up in your chart and doing all that. Like, the spell is being in my presence. I don't have to do all that. But it was just like, it makes sense. And my son's a Cancer, they really resonate with each other. So I was like, oh, okay, period. But yeah, so not the location on the radio too. But yeah, so pay attention to your spiritual health. You know, like, yes, you may love somebody, but is their energy toxic? Are they draining? Are they always dumping? I mean, I know you love them, but it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for you. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I've always been an unapologetic individual, and I've always stood up for the things that I've wanted, right and wrong. I don't stand behind every decision that I've made, and how I've went about it. But like, and I'm talking about since I was a baby, like, because I was always that kid. Like, I know what I want. Like, I was always that kid talking about moving to California when I was young, living my best life, moving out west. Like, I've been saying these things. I've been manifesting. And when I started my first business in 9th grade, was manifesting then. But I said all those things to say, like, at this time, I'm also healing, like, the, you know, what is it? Like, a lot of narcissists will make you feel guilty for having your way of doing things or having your way of liking things, and that's what I'm freeing myself from. Narcissistic individuals, right? When you're raising around a whole bunch of narcissists, you don't know the norm, because that is the norm. So then now you have to find out what the actual norm is, and then heal yourself up from that energy and rewrite those things. And it takes time. But I know that this year is my year, because, like, I have not been wanting to make friends like that. And I have not been wanting to link with the friends that I do have. But this year, I've been outside. Okay, I've been living my best life, and I'm not waiting to live it. So I know this energy right here is... I do not like people. But this year, I've been talking to people. So I'm like, okay, I've been making friends and stuff. And, like, I don't have no problem making friends. People always go to me. But it's like I'm just very much secluded, or I will sabotage it due to the toxic relationship that I have with women through my family. Like, and that's where the healing started, you know. And a lot of people, okay, a lot of women are healing the toxic femininity in their family. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I really want to do a series on, especially in the black homes and minority homes, but just the toxic femininity in black families. Like, to this day, my aunt still talks about me, like, and they be like, if you feel like your way is the way, and you just, why would you not be teaching? Like, that'd be the thing that'd be killing me with, like, and that just goes to show me the type of person that people be. Like, me personally, with my kids, if it's something that they doing that I don't like, and then it's like, when they get to adults, that's gonna be their life. That's whatever it is for them. Yes. And thank you. It's like I would talk to them about it, explain my perspective, and hear out their perspective. Well, really hear out their perspective first, and then explain my perspective. But it's like so many people went through feminine energies forcing perspectives on them, and even just like this generational energy of, like, I don't even know, like, even with the father, like, jealousy between that, and they be like, where did this shit be coming from? But guess what? It ends right here, because a lot of us that's on this video watching it right now, this new moon in Taurus, yeah, you cutting that shit out. And this is why it's been so hard. Look, Redbird. This is why it's been so hard. This is why, especially this year, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I done cried so many tears this year. They just be like, oh my God, something else? Like, no. But, like, it's good, because it's like, it's so many breakthroughs at the same time. Because you know what? In the occultist world and the magician world too, we know that great downs bring for great ups. And we know that we just have to be able to balance that energy out the next time. Because that's where the lack is. I know where my lack is. My heart was too big. You got to bring balance, baby, or the balance is going to be broad. Okay? You don't see your worth? Okay, you want to play? All right, we're going to make you see your worth. Right? That's how the universe go. Okay. So let me get back in the notes, because I'm talking again. All right, let's see. All right, so one of the questions that you can ask yourself is, what are you setting your intentions to do, and what exactly are you manifesting? All right, so like I said, at this time, your physical will be more in alignment with your internal, right? Because your Ori, when you tap into your Ori, that's your crown chakra. You very in tune with what you need, what you want at that time, okay? You have a lot of clarity. All right, so it's really good to get centered at this time, centering your energy, and you can manifest. But I kid you not, watch this. I swear to God, like, even just like what Trump did, like 2 days ago, like, you trying to take something out of the schools that's constitutional. You trying to make people crazy, like pay attention to the trends. Watch what happens this weekend, like, and notice how, wow, y'all really be playing us like a yo-yo. Y'all really portals be opening and we don't even be using them because we be worried about, oh my God, the school, they're going to take this program out of the school. Like, I've been a long time ago, even as a child, like, I was always running away from home and shit and getting kicked out at a young age, like 12. So I've been new, like, I'll cover, I'll protect, I don't give a fuck what happens. Like, I don't care what happens with the government. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Like, and I hate to say it like that, but like, I really don't, because We should be working on our own businesses. We should be creating our own lanes. We should be making our, like, and this is just forcing us into that. Like, this is just that forceful chaos that we need to stop playing with these, like, these low-level occultists that have just put a little mind trick on us and pulled these veils over us. And it's just like, come on. Like, I'm over that. I'm over it, you know? So, take time to think, what am I manifesting, right? Set your intentions. What is your intentions? What are you manifesting? A lot of times, I put a post up. I want to read that to y'all too. I put a post up about how we don't really get our manifestations a lot of times because we don't know what we want. We think we know what we want. I be thinking I know what I want, and then when I get something else, I be like, okay, well, maybe I need to rewrite this, or maybe I need to shift this, or, you know? Exactly. Girl, and I seen a video from my daughter's school. This boy was laid out just bloody on the floor. Like, how the fuck is shit like that happening at the school? I swear to God. I'm not even gonna speak like that, but like, I would still be flipping at school right now. Like, I have a whole, like, what? Like, it's sickening. But it says, until you get very clear on what you want, you'll keep getting something that sort of, kind of, almost, but not quite meets it. Keep refining with each experience. It's creating clarity. And this is what I try to tell a lot of my clients too. It's like, they be thinking they know what they want, and then when one thing does manifest, then it's like, okay, well, now that that's happened, because that's how it always is. It's like, that's like in life. Like, you know you want this, but then you may say you get this big ass check, and you get this, and it's like, okay, well, let me do what's going to be smarter, right? It's smarter to change the plan. It's dumb to keep the plan the same and not alter it. That's another thing in the narrative they try to impose on us. Oh, changing is weird. You're crazy. No, change is necessary, right? Evolution, okay? So make sure at this time, go back and look at your manifestation journals. Like, go back and look at the things that you've been wanting to manifest, and look at, do they still align with you in the same way, or are those things still resonating for you? Is that still what you desire? Okay. And for a lot of us too, it's important to go back and look at it, because sometimes we'll have that little bit of, like, say, like for me, coming from a religious home, you'll have that little bit of religious still in your system trying to pop up, and you gotta be like, hold on, wait, what the hell? Who the fuck? Oh, hell no. Or if you come from an abusive relationship, you'll have a little bit of that, like, you may have a little bit of that, I don't want to speak up, or I don't want to say this, or I want to 10 minutes rise up, and you're like, nope, we freeing ourselves from that. Things like that, you know? You could be being free from. Even too, like for us that was witches in the past lives and got burned at the stake and at Atlantis and all these other places, and we lived these lifetimes. We was in Egypt, we was in Kemet, we was in all these places, and we know Sumerian, we know these things happen. We know we was there, and we know that y'all on bullshit now. So we don't want to go for that. Those things are also coming out and integrating themselves, because it's like, I told y'all know who passed away the other day. It ain't by no mistake. It ain't by no accident. And we need to pay attention. We need to lock in. Damn, that bird was close. That bird would have flew my car. Yeah, that's happened to me before. I'm like, what the hell? Oh my God. They just talking. All right, where we at? And this is also a really good time, like we spoke about, to deepen your connection with the universal sources of life, as in the wind, the sun, water, fire, and, you know, different various elements, and your power you have within, and how you can use these powers to enhance your overall, right? This is good to tap into that at this time. And also to seeing what you more so align with, right? Is it fire manifestation that you more so align with? Is it earth magic? Is it, you know, like whatever that is for you, see what it is. Like, or have you even gave yourself the space and time to ask that? Oh, shit. Y'all beat that bee almost full my face. What the fuck? I'm not closing my window though. I'm claustrophobic. I be needing fresh air. But like, oh my God, did y'all? I don't even know if y'all seen it, but like, I feel like he tickled my nose. Like, what the hell? But I remember one of my old homeboys. He's so cool. He's so spiritual. He one of the ones that walk around with all the crystals, and he got wigs and stuff, and he just super like grounded. He used to be like, girl, they communicating with you, girl. They telling you stuff, girl. I used to be like, well, they need to back up. He used to be like, girl, your vibration high. Your vibration high. They picking up on your vibration. Da, da, da. When I was not even knowing about stuff like that. Like, what? So know that too. Said the angels. Ooh, some of y'all, angels could be visiting y'all, right? But pay attention to the animals, things that visit you at this time, insects, things like that, because it could be a lot of spiritual omens as well. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. I said I wasn't gonna say sorry no more. So 1 second. Please hold. We spooling. And that's another thing too. I've been looking at. I've been saying this for years though. Like, I want to stop cussing, but like, I also was looking at a video, which I'm probably gonna post this video on that channel. I know some of y'all have already subscribed, but I got like, it's like, I posted this channel, like, when did I post this? Divine Golden Master Elevates. I posted that thing like when I was in Virginia, like 3 years ago. We're going to start posting on that platform because I'm going to post on both. But I feel like I've been being shadow banned, and I don't like that. And I also feel like other things have been happening, and I don't like that. So we're going to post on those 2 channels. But I'm going to post it there first. So I want y'all to go over there. I'm going to show you guys too. Matter of fact, I can show y'all right now. While I'm have my mind attuned to that. Alright. This one right here. Y'all go add this page. Because I'm going to be posting. I'm going to also do some exclusive content over there. Just because I just feel as though my other channel, they be playing with me. Like, stop playing with me. And I know it's backwards, but because people be killing me. Like, oh, it's backwards. Like, nigga, I know you had know how to read backwards. I bet if it was $1 million coming, you would have read it backwards. No. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, let me focus. All right. And I said I was going to stop saying sorry. See? That's why I said I want to stop saying it. Because I just say it all the time. It just spits out. All right. For example, we went through that. So, yeah, like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, looking at what is the planet and the element, the universal source or energy in alignment with what you desire, right? So now that you're clear on your intentions, you know what you want to manifest, you know what you want to bring into your frequency, into your environment, into your 3D, but also your 5D, right? Because it could be peace. Now, what element and what energies, planets, foods, things like that, what aligns with that? And let's harness that energy. Okay? So, for example, for this new moon in Taurus specifically, my grocery list for items to get for the group ritual and to tap into this energy, and these are all ruled by Taurus. Well, Venus, because I'm tapping into the Venus energy. So all ruled by Venus. We got pink Moscato, which is going to be the offering wine as well. Lettuce, probably going to make a fresh salad, which is going to also inspire me to, like, I'm working on some body goals right now as well. Honey, all right. Pomegranate, sweet potatoes, plantains, avocados, edible arrangements, and then I'm gonna I may do them at home too, chocolate covered strawberries, because Taurus energy to me is also like that. You know, it has a part of it that's like that Empress energy that and I'm not sure what the Empress is ruled by, but it's like that Empress energy, that motherly energy. Hey, so yes, those are some of the things that I will be offering up for the group ritual. And I will do I'm gonna probably another ritual that you guys can do that I'm going to do is go to a fine dining restaurant. Like I said, Taurus energy, Venusian energy is about that upper echelon, right? I told you guys the mood, like if we could pick a mood board for this energy, the mood board would be Sweetie's Video Richtivities, okay? Sweetie's Video Richtivities is what I'm trying to be on. Like, that's what I'm trying to be on for the energy. Like, that's what I'm trying to be on. And it is so annoying too, because my friend, she has a birthday party and she's doing a cocktail theme, but it's next weekend. I'm like, that would have been perfect for this weekend. And we do like the little cocktail dress. But anyway, so yeah, I'm pulling on that vintage, classic, you know, Richtivities vibe. Okay, y'all can pull onto that. Also too, like, even if you're not dressing or like, remember, it's intention. So like I said, you could, number one, go to a fine dining restaurant. Also go to a rich bar, like on the richest side of town, the richest zip code, especially if you're dating. Like, go out and meet people out there, like tap into that Venusian energy. But if you're not, you and your family or you and your lover or however, go ahead and go to a fine dining restaurant or go by yourself. Treat yourself, okay? Treat yourself, period. And because that's what I'm probably going to be doing. I'm probably going to be going by myself because I just like alone time sometimes. And when I'm doing certain intentional manifestations, I don't want nobody trying to throw off my vibe. Don't bring nobody that's going to throw off your vibe, and don't let nobody throw off your vibe. Did y'all hear what I said? Don't bring nobody that's going to throw your vibe off. And don't let 11:11 on the clock, and don't let nobody throw your vibe off. And what I mean by that is, like, if you and your partner are really not seeing eye to eye at this time, don't bring them. Don't bring them. Don't bring them, because you don't want to deal with that. Like, you want to be in this energy. And if you're trying to correct it with them, go out by yourself, okay? And while y'all work on that, you know what I'm saying? Now, another one too that I didn't list that I will have is cherries. We know cherries is also like that aphrodisiac energy, that Venus energy, and it also is romance. All right, so let's get into, I'm going to tell you guys some things that you can use to manifest that, right? But on this Taurus new moon, you can feed your lover cherries, okay? Maybe even hold it over their mouth for them, right? In a ritual, like, I'm not going to say domination, but, you know. But you can just do it to build the love connection. Now, some of the crystals that you could get into is jade, malachite, you know, that's greens, peridot, which I love that stone, and that one is really good to meditate with. The malachite and jade are really good abundance stone. I ain't gonna lie, like malachite, it just speaks to my soul. And when Jenny Aiko did that malachite dress, like, do y'all remember that? Hold on, like, can we pull it up? Do y'all remember when that's giving, like, if I could find that dress, I would wear that. No. But she had a malachite dress and it was so pretty. This was years ago though. I'm finna see if they got it on Google. But yes, that is bringing that energy, and they do. Yes, like, look at that. Okay, like, some of y'all can tap into this picture and use it a part of y'all mood board. Why is it blurry? Stop playing. And it's blurry, so you can't really pick up on the detail of the dress. Oh, this one's a little bit better. Yeah, here we go. And that's exactly what malachite looks like. I love her so much. Like, don't fucking play with her. Period. Alright. Green Adventuring. Really good. I love that song. Keep one in my wallet. Now, this is interesting because as a kid, I love that color. And every time I wear that color, like, I get, like, that's my, like, I get so many compliments, and people, like, I don't know if it's people that's just really drawn to that color or what. But, ooh, purple. I don't wear a lot of purple. I need to get back into purple. But it's that color, and when I wear, like, either yellow or orange. I got distracted. Sorry. But, okay, so look, I didn't know this, and it makes a lot of sense. So, green olives. Did y'all know that green olives is like high vibrational, like they like prosperity type of energy. It makes sense though, and it's like so crazy because as a kid, I used to eat, like as a kid I really didn't, mama didn't know how to cook, so like she'll cook certain stuff good, but like she thought she was Jamaican, Italian, and Spanish. Like I don't know what was going on. Those was good though, but she, like, you know, so I didn't really eat a lot like that when I was a kid. And I used to eat, like, I eat a whole thing of olives, like the whole thing, like I used to be like, how was I doing that? Like, but even to this day, I still have those cravings for, like, I love olives and certain, like, you know, certain things that people be like, who eats that? Like, what? But I didn't know. So green olives are high vibrational. They also help you attract prosperity. Now, onions, you know, onions are real, depending on too which onion you use, but onions are really good too for prosperity. But I know everybody don't want to fuck with onions, but I love onions. Salt is good to use this time, and intentional as like say if you put your green olives or you did a cheese board, okay, you know, you put your green olives, you put cheese, some of that aged cheese, I think that's ruled by Saturn. All right, you can also balance out like any heavy lessons in life, you know, eat the olive with the cheese, you know, like everything's intentional. All right, that's why when people be thinking that, oh, the Pope just died and this just happened and that just happened, like, real occultists it just doesn't just happen. Everything is intentional. It didn't just happen. They knew they was about to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of us here tuned into this video, we're real occultists. We're real magicians. Because why are you here? You're not here for no reason. I'm a reflection of you, right? So yes, be more intentional. All right, so yeah, you can use those. Now you could also use plums. The pit of the peach, if you dry it, is really good for protection. Papaya seeds, really good for protection. You can utilize those at this time. Like I said, the cherries, oranges, that's another thing I'm gonna have as well. But it's not necessarily ruled by Venus. You know, orange is ruled by the sun, but you can utilize it to manifest with the energy, right? Because I'm basically gonna do a mix of, because one day I'm gonna do Saturday, I think I'm gonna go fine dining. Sunday, I'm gonna cook like a fine dining meal at home and do like cutlery and all that. But, and also for like the ancestors and the group ritual and stuff. But I'm incorporating mostly like Venusian foods, oranges, and then we also know that we got Pluto, Aquarius, not Pluto, Aquarius, what? What, girl? Oh my God. All right, so we know that the sun is in Taurus, so we got the sun, Venus, Mars, like that's aspecting. So I'm gonna try to tie all of them into the meal, but do like a voila, like a balance, you know, like balance them all out together. Okay, so some of you guys could too do that energy. And I know some people gonna be like, I don't have time for that. That's too much. That's why you're not manifesting, because it's too much, because you'd rather go punch that clock instead of manifesting, right? And a lot of times too, a lot of people don't take the time to, hold on one second, y'all. All right, I had to check out my baby, y'all, real quick. My mommy senses. But yeah. And you know, another thing too that that I have healed within my system, which is why I know I had to be a criminal in the past life, living a crazy ass life, because like, I'm not gonna say I've never done nothing criminal this life, but I used to be so, like, y'all know that police scare that like be over you, like, or I feel like it more so manifested through my family of people just be like, oh, the police right there, oh my God, da, 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 like. And like when I started doing my magic, I said, I don't live in that reality. Started making lost stay away oil, things like that. And now it's like, I remember I drove with no tag for months. Like, and all I did was keep my lost stay away oil And I don't recommend, okay? But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And I feel like that's another thing too, where it's like all of that societal, like, you know, they say, why do you stop at the red light? Like, why do you stop at the red light when who make you stop at the red light? You know, all of those programming. I'm over here getting distracted, but all the programming is lifting as well. That's basically what I wanted to say with that. And even when you go deeper into even just that, like how they keep our names in the system and how they keep certain people going back to jail through keeping them in certain systems. All right. We freeing ourselves from that. It just came to my mind. But yeah, so those are, the oranges was the last item that I had listed. Let me make sure that that's everything I wanted to cover again. So I'm going to do this video is so long. I'm going to do another video about food specifically and tying it into astrology. And maybe we could create a meal together on live or something. And y'all can tell me some of y'all suggestions, what y'all like or whatever. And I could help y'all create a meal that may be driven towards your purpose. But first I'm going to do a collective reading. And then I have a over the phone reading to do. It's only 30 minutes though. And then I'll be back to do that video. Okay, so I love you guys. Love yourself. I'm about to come back live to do the reading. And then get on my phone calls and stuff. And then come back and we'll discuss making y'all meals and how it can manifest. So be in your mind thinking about what you want to manifest. And try to make it down to like less than 10 words. Like, this is what you want to manifest. And then let me know, like, if you have anything that you don't eat or something like that, like, put that in the thing. Y'all can even DM me if you want me for sure to do yours. DM me ahead of time or comment on the video on YouTube or comment on Instagram, and I'll look at yours, and that'll probably be one of the ones I'll do. Okay, so yeah, peace, y'all. Don't forget, we are having a group ritual, so go ahead and get your spots. I believe it's like 7 spots left. So tap in, okay? And I love you guys. I'm looking for the flyer. I can't find it. No. It must be on my other phone. All right. I love you too. Talk to y'all later. Peace.